First phase of the Muskrat Falls inquiry has wrapped up. Premier Dwight Ball is sharing his thoughts on what he has heard. Ball says Nalcor's brand has taken a big hit, but he trusts the corporation now under the leadership of Stan Marshall. NTV's Michael Connors joins us live with more tonight. Michael?
Thank you very much, Glenn. Premier Dwight Ball was recently granted standing at the Muskrat Falls inquiry, but so far he says he's not been notified that he'll be called as a witness. The Muskrat Falls inquiry has revealed lots of troubling information about the way Nalcor did or did not share information with the provincial government. Former cabinet ministers and civil servants have testified they were not aware of high-risk cost estimates or unreliable schedules. There have been changes at Nalcor, most notably with Stan Marshall replacing Ed Martin as CEO. But can the government still trust Nalcor today? Do you have any confidence that Nalcor can even be rehabilitated as a trustworthy entity in the province?
That's a good question. And, right now, I think the brand of Nalcor has certainly been tarnished quite a bit. So far right now, the Muskrat Falls project, you could tell based on the sanction period that we're looking at right now, it's at its problems. And a lot of that is worn by kind of the Nalcor brand, but I will say that Stan Marshall has been a breath of fresh air when you look at his infusion, his expertise, and his knowledge. It's unfortunate we never had that kind of leadership in the beginning there.
When he first called the inquiry, Premier Dwight Ball said he intended to testify himself. Ball and Natural Resources Minister Siobhan Cody have both been granted standing for Phase 2 and Phase 3. That means their lawyer will be able to question witnesses when the inquiry reconvenes in February.
There is an overlap with the change of jurisdictions or the change of administrations back in 2015 and this 2016. So the decisions that we would have made that would impact the Muskrat Falls project was important for us to be there. That standing was granted, and when you put an inquiry in place, like we did, we must be prepared to actually sit in front of it if it's required.
But Ball says he has not yet been told he will be a witness, and he has not been interviewed by inquiry lawyers. Have you been called yet?
No, I have not been called, and so there's been no reviews or any questions have been asked of me yet, other than just granted we've been granted standing for Phase 2 and 3. So we'll be ready, and it's important for us to have our legal group in there to making sure that we're prepared and we get an understanding of what's going on in the next phase of the inquiry.
But you haven't had any pre-hearing interviews with the lawyers there?
No, none at all.
And Phase 2 hearings for the Muskrat Falls inquiry will begin on February 18th in Labrador. Glenn?
Mike Connors joining us live. Thank you, Michael.